Добрий день.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody who joined us. It's Olga Atamanova, and Ukrainian media center Ukrinform continues its operation. It's day 246 of our fight for freedom, and now we will talk about the situation in Donetsk region. We have Oleksandra Havrylko live. She's the press officer of Donetsk Regional Police. Oleksandra, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oleksandra, Donetsk is under constant shelling. In the night, Kramatorsk was under strikes. What are the consequences of these night strikes? Yes, Kramatorsk unfortunately is on the list in our daily report. For the last 24 hours, the police recorded 8 settlements which were shelled. They are Авдіївка, Бахмут, Краматорськ, Велика Новосілка, Дружба, Хромове, Архангельське, Ямполівка. Bakhmut and Avdiivka are the towns that not even almost, but on a daily basis show up on our daily reports that are being shelled on a daily basis. They are the hottest sectors, so to say. This night, Kramatorsk was included on that list of this settlements under strikes. Just like always, the civil sector is under strikes. 11 houses, 11 residential buildings were damaged along with the infrastructure facilities. Do you have any information about dead or injured? Yes, we have dead civilians due to the shellings. I cannot tell you the exact number because it's commented by the military administration, but yes, as I mentioned previous time during our previous air, almost every day we have injured or dead. And if there are no such cases, we think that the day passed more or less good if we don't have the cases of injuries or deaths. But unfortunately, they happen almost daily. Alexandra, recently there was information that police fulfilled the operation, we can call it this way, as to the operation of rescue of a boy who remained without parents because, for what we understood, his parents were killed by the occupants. Can you please give more details on this story and how the police in this mode manages to provide help to people and save people from those, rescue people from those settlements which are being constantly shelled by the occupants? Yes, we published that story about a boy. It's really a story which is being perceived very difficultly even by the policemen who organized this rescue operation. So we received information that 2 people were killed after a strike. But first, it was impossible to retrieve the bodies because the situation was very hot in Bakhmut. The kid stayed at home. The parents left him. The parents left for the funeral of a relative, and they left their kid with the neighbor to look after him, and they left and never came back. When the boy found out about that, I think it was impossible to hide that information from him, so he grabbed his bike and he wanted to go to that site to take a look, but timely he was stopped and the police came to his neighbor's house. He was already at home. First, they had to talk to the kid to calm him down. who we are, where we take him, what happened, and what's gonna happen next. It's like the same situation for all the kids who live under stress there all the time. And another component of the stress is that his parents perished, and then people dressed in uniform come and try to take him. It's a very delicate issue to how to explain it to the kid and to calm him down. Well, you know, Bogdan turned out to be quite a strong-spirited boy. He was not frightened. He went with the policeman. And for the time being, we understand that the boy is safe. Yes, he's safe. First, his aunt, this relative, she couldn't make it to Bakhmut from Kramatorsk, and first they are the representative of the police juvenile service. She took the boy. He spent the night there, but then that relative, the aunt, he came, and she's the first wife of a dead foster father, and she will submit documents for fostering him. They left from Dnipro to Kiev region, where she has daughter living there, kids, and this boy, he knows them. For what I understand now, they already arrived or en route. Alexandra, let's talk about the occupied settlements. What's the situation there for the time being? What war crimes do you register? Do you record? Did the number of applications to police grow? Yes, we have the number of applications growing. From the beginning of the occupation, we had about 900 applications from the citizens about different events, both administrative and criminal crimes. People come about the property crimes, a lot of different issues. The exhumation is in progress, the identification of the burial sites, the identification of the bodies. The number is decreasing, but people keep coming to police about these individual burial sites. For the time being, can we talk about the number of people exhumed in the deoccupied territories and how many burial sites were identified by policemen, or how many burial sites were identified by the civilians? Yes, the statistics is the following. We have 83 burial sites, 33 in Svyatogirsk and 50 in Liman. 2 of them are mass burial sites in the cemeteries, the burials of military and civilians. Now we have 229 exhumed bodies, of which, yes, exhumed 229 exhumed and 268 dead civilians whose bodies were found in the deoccupied areas, of which 146 exhumed. Also, I wanna ask people whose relatives lived or who knows about that their relatives died. I asked these people to come to police to provide the biological samples so that we could to maximum extent identify the people who perished. It's very important for us, and even if people only just come to us about the burial sites, we take biological samples we work for perspective, in case the people don't come to us now and they come to us later, so that we could do the investigation and to identify their identity. Talking about the results of the investigation, what do they tell us about? You know, the investigation is a process which is extended in time, and in Donetsk region now the investigation is not being held. Yes, the forensic laboratories can work there, but the forensic investigation as to the DNA research is taking place in other regions of Ukraine, and they are lengthy because there is a large number of these samples and they are overloaded. For example, right before our air, I had a call from our investigation department, and they reported that there are completed investigations on the reasons of the deaths of children. We had 5 children exhumed, 4 in burial sites of the civilians in Liman, and another boy was exhumed from a yard in Liman. And the results are as follows. One family with a boy born in 2012 and a girl born in 2008 died due to the pressure on the body with a heavy object. We have the information from the witnesses that children were at homes and they were probably pressed to death during by a wall, or some debris resulted from shelling. Other 2 girls exhumed from a mass burial site. The cause of death was a shrapnel injury in the head. Both girls born 2019 and 2021. The same investigation results. And another children body exhumed on individual grave, buried by their parents. The investigation results are not yet ready. As to other investigations, we still don't have results. The work is still in progress. I announced that as soon as we get the numbers by the forensic investigation results, we will promulgate this information. Thank you, Oleksandra. Dear colleagues, your questions, please. Good afternoon, Ukrinform. I probably will express my subjective opinion. I'm following the news, and I see that the phenomena of treason is also inherent in enforcement agencies. When I've seen the information about the whole unit of law enforcement switching to occupant side, and these are the people who were going through reattestations. These are the people of the new generation. Why did they become collaborationists? In your opinion, what was not perfect in the system of their selection? Maybe there are any other reasons. If you do have the statistics of collaborationists, may we hear it? Oleksandra, you will probably have trouble answering why, but maybe you have some opinion in this regard. Yeah, first of all, yes. The topic of our air was the operation of police in the occupied areas. Hence I have no statistics, and I'm not competent to comment on things like that, but I know one thing for sure, that all the policemen who betrayed their allegiance, who switched sides, they're all fired. And I can tell you about a lot of policemen who did fulfill their duty protecting Mariupol and defending our land in other regions, who are worthy, who are the decent and worthy citizens of our country. Well, Ms. Alexandra, maybe the cases of treason should be taken off by other law enforcement bodies. So who's that body? That's State Bureau of Investigation. And in completion, the last question: what's the situation with criminality in the region? Do you see a trend of crimes decrease, or maybe the structure of criminality has changed? Excuse me, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you please repeat? What's the situation in the region with the criminality? Did the criminality dynamics change? What do you observe? Did it change? Did it increase? Did it grow or decrease? Maybe it changed structure. Maybe the structure has changed to something inherent in wartime, something that Donetsk region police is facing now. As to the criminal situation, it decreased a little bit. We started documenting a little bit less crimes. However, we cannot say that some of the types of crimes disappears. We keep documenting drug-related crimes, property-related crimes, and grand bodily harm. Like lately in Kramatorsk, we had a murder or attempt of murder, where people living in the same street decided to solve their problems, their relations, and the policeman deprived a person of one grenade, and he tried to plant a grenade on the other person. So yeah, we document crimes like this, just like it happened before the war. Now, just the huge component of our job is documenting war crimes, which were not inherent in our work before wartime. And on top of that, police is a service support. It's helping people with evacuation, humanitarian aspects, cooperation with the administration. It's a huge aspect too. But as to the increase or decrease in some types of crimes, I can prepare more detailed information, because I don't have a statistics on what increased and what decreased. I know that unlawful appropriation of vehicles, it's not that it increased, but we keep documenting this crime on a daily basis. It's about people who come back to their homes in the occupied areas and who were living, for example, who were previously evacuated and now they're coming back. Their vehicles disappear. So the policemen keep recording these crimes in this area. Thank you, Ms. Alexandra. I will remind you, we had Oleksandra Havrylko with us, the press officer in the Donetsk region. We will have our next briefing at 14:30. We will have Oleg Koriko with us, acting head of Держатомрегулювання, and we will talk about the nuclear security in the country. So stay with us.